How long should my growth phase last for as a first timer trying to put on size? Before you get too fat is basically the answer. Everyone's been through kind of the dirty bulk phase and putting on too much fat mass too quickly. If you can prevent that as a first timer, it's a very great place to be in. Ideally, what we want to see is a long or prolonged runway of growth and the potential to put on as much size as possible with gaining as little fat mass as possible. So what we want to see is roughly, especially as a natural, is about 0.25 to 0.5 kilograms per week, roughly 1.5 to 2 kilos per month put on over the course of say 6 to 8 months before an interruption to that process. So that might mean that you might do a tidy up phase, a mini cut, a mini deficit in order to resensitize a little bit. But ideally we want to have a prolonged runway to generate the stimulus and produce the materials that allow us to grow effectively before we have to cut or interrupt that signaling. So being in a position where we're only acquiring marginal amounts of fat alongside muscle tissue for as long as we possibly can is the best way to do it. That is going to be interdependent per person, and it's not something you can really say this is where the pull-up point is. But generally what I find is that when sleep starts to get disrupted, cardiovascular work starts to go down, the body starts to feel exhausted, appetite starts to decrease drastically and you have no more desire to eat, and you're just simply not putting on much more muscle tissue, is generally around the time we say that's enough, or even before that starts to occur, for you to really look at tightening things up and just coming back a little bit.